Okay, day 5 of Whole30. I know you guys seen this sweater before. I'm kind of on the vibe of almost having like a uniform, or, it's not as sophisticated as a wardrobe capsule, but it's like, the whole minimalist thinking of I'm trying to protect my mental space for bigger things, so I don't want to waste my decision energy on picking out something to wear. And so wearing something um, on a regular basis, I wash it, I ain't dirty, so I wear it and wash it and then wear it again. But usually I let it rotate further out. But I don't have that many really warm sweaters out here. And I have been steadily purging clothes and shoes and purses and things like that every year for a while. Um, and then I still buy shit and then I purge it. But I do purge every year. Like at least one or two black trash bags full of clothes. That just lets you know how much clothes I have, and shoes, and bags, coats. In my other apartment, I had 2 closets. It was a 3-bedroom apartment. The office was the 3rd bedroom, and in that closet, I would have my stuff in there, extra stuff. I've basically gotten rid of enough stuff to just fit things on one closet now. But I still have a lot of stuff. All that to say, this is why I have this green sweater I've been wearing a lot, because it's warm. I got it in New York. I have a hard time finding warm clothes out here, warm quality, fashionable clothes out here. So the sweaters I actually like the most are the ones I've gotten from the East Coast or something. But it's a rainy day, it's cold, and it gets cold in this building. It's very high ceilings, it's a very old Victorian building, so it takes a long time for it to heat. And so I just kind of like stay cold. I have this little electric faux fireplace in addition to the heat, because the heat just doesn't come up all the way. So it's just it stays cold in place. But you didn't come here to hear about that. You heard about the food, right? So I woke up this morning and made plantain chips, more of them. Sliced plantains on a baking sheet. And I was planning to, and I did bake the spaghetti squash, but I realized in the middle of baking the spaghetti squash that I didn't have any marinara sauce for the spaghetti. And in my recipe, I wrote all the ingredients for the meatballs, but I forgot all about the sauce. So it's like, damn, I gotta go to the store. So I went to the store after a choir rehearsal, went to Whole Foods. I wanted to try that mud water, and that's why I went there too, and they didn't have it. And then, so I got a few other things on my grocery list, and and I got the marinara sauce, the Ryle Whole30 compliant one. And I saw another brand that was on sale that didn't have added sugar, so I think that one was safe as well. So I did that too. And then I got some some things for my son's lunch, and I was running out of essential oils, so I got a few of those. Did get some bone broth, chicken and beef bone broth, and I also had I saw these little like one serving size bone broth, like I guess it's the powder, and you add it to the hot water. And I think that would be really good for traveling. It'd be really good for on the go like sustenance, and even just to add to a soup if a soup just is missing some soul. Just like give it some soul. Like sometimes you get a really bland canned soup and you just need to pump some life into it. It's like just rip that packet in and give it some life. Give it some girth. That didn't sound right, but you know what I mean. Anyway, I just lost my train of thought. I went on a whole tangent in my mind that was not appropriate. Okay, so food, right. So I've been eating too many plantain chips, even if the ones I made. And so I'm thinking, for me to really stay on track is to think of it from the actual whole food. Would I eat more than one potato in a meal? Like whole potato? No. I can't eat more than one whole baked potato. So if I chop it up and slice it into little slices of chips, I should not eat more than one of those whole potatoes that the chips came from. So I'll get a whole potato worth of potato chips made out of one whole potato. My problem is I'll eat 4 whole potatoes worth of potato chips in one sitting. Not good. So 1 whole potato, right? If that's true for the potato, I think that's also going to be true for the plantain chips. I like plantain chips more than potato chips because they're more satiating. I feel like they are more satisfying. I don't feel like I'm just eating weightless, endless calories. I feel like you eventually have a stopping point, like, okay, I've had enough. And your stopping point is faster with the plantain chips since they're so dense compared to the potato chips. So, but still, I need to still put the roll on the plantain chips. So 1 whole plantain. I'm not going to eat 3 in one sitting. 1. So 1 plantain chip, 1 plantain, and the chips that come out of that plantain. And I'm going to use a smaller baking sheet. And I'm just going to do 1 batch at a time. So once they're gone from that 1 potato or that 1 plantain chip, I'm good. Because I was thinking, like, how can could I entertain letting go hamburgers and french fries forever? Or could I just modify it permanently? Like, years ago, I gave up soda. And it was just one day I was just like, you know what? I'm not drinking soda anymore. I'm not drinking soda anymore. I remember it just started off with Coca-Cola. I just one day decided I ain't drinking Coca-Cola anymore. And then, like, I hadn't really drank Coca-Cola in like 10 years. That's why I was so mad when the queen mother of the African tribe had used Pepsi Cola in her ceremony to represent the sweetness of life, and we had to drink it. It was like little cups, but it was like a little bit in a plastic cup. But I was just like, what is this? I barely sipped it, but I was just, that's a story for another day. I was expecting my experience in Ghana to be like more healthy food wise, but the places our tour took us was not healthy. And you can just see how colonialism has destroyed the cuisine of the country, and how they picked up bad Western habits of food. Lots of starches, lots of meats, very little fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, There was fruit, but not a lot of fresh vegetables, not leafy greens and stuff. And I was hoping to see and experience more of that. And it just seems like that was not big in the collective cultures that I was around. Very much like the American diet or the British diet, just not. I mean, everything was spicy though. I mean, the gringo in me came out because I couldn't handle most of the spice. Even stuff that you didn't even think would have spice in it had spice in it. That spice was just like a baseline of everything. But I was really surprised that, it was so removed from like the culture stuff that I thought it would be around. So yeah, and maybe that type of cuisine is held for the elite. Maybe we weren't in the most elite dining places, but if that's the case, that's kind of sad. That only the wealthy get to eat healthy. Only the wealthy get to eat healthy. Isn't that deep? So anyway, I did not make the full dish. I just came back recently to get to the groceries in. It was already past 9:00 p.m. So I was like, well, I'm not cooking this now. I will just finish having the beef stew, eat the rest of the plantains. I did get this Spindrift sparkling water. It's only sweetened with natural fruit juice, and it's hella good. Very little bit of sugar. It's only natural. It's unsweetened, but it's sweet. But it's real fruit juice. It's like a splash of fruit juice, and all the rest is seltzer water. And they have like these different flavors, like pineapple and lime and lemon. This one is blood orange tangerine, and it's just the citrus and it's almost like having a seltzer water with a little squirt of lime or a little squirt of lemon. It's really lovely. So it's like having your chips and soda and stuff. And then so I was thinking about if I were to go back and permanently modify hamburgers and french fries as my comfort food, could I do like an In-N-Out protein style where they wrap it in the lettuce? Or like if that could be the permanent way that I approach hamburgers, just bunless, I'm not attached to the bun, so I could probably do that, right? French fries, that's going to be a harder thing, though, because I love me some French fries. But I never buy a large. I keep it medium, but maybe I can say a small. No, small's not even worth it. Who am I kidding? I may just have to just do the French fries, but in moderation, all of it in moderation. Okay, that's it for now. Until then, I will see you tomorrow. Day 5 over.